Hello, fellow YouTubers. Welcome to this very special video. Not special in a sexual kind of way, but special in a special victims kind of way. By now, you have hopefully read the title of this video, so you know I am going to talk about Detective Elliot Stabler from Law & Order Special Victims Unit. For those who don't know, he left the show after season 12. The word is that it was Christopher Meloni who decided to leave. So, in honor of the 12 seasons that he was on, I have 12 reasons for why Mr. Meloni should reconsider and come back for an episode or maybe even a season of SVU. Reason number 1, the Stabler-Benson relationship. Time for everyone to be honest. One of the best parts of the show is the relationship these two have. When Olivia was off of the show, they finally hinted at an Elliot relationship with someone other than his wife, just to slide Danny back in there. Not that she was bad, but she wasn't Olivia Benson, and she never will be. And that segues nicely to reason number 2. SVU used to be about special victims only, but quite a few episodes now have really stretched the meaning of special. Add to the fact most crime shows are sliding out of their niches. You kind of grow this epidemic in crime shows where they're all basically the same show aside from the main cast. I mean, really, there are episodes of SVU where you follow around the main antagonist of the episode the same way you would on Criminal Minds. So, really, your main cast is one of the most important things about your show at this point. So, with the loss of Elliot Stabler and the addition of, I don't even know what his character's name is, but his real name's like Danny Pino, something like that. You kind of lose the SVU part of it. It kind of becomes Law & Order Olivia Benson. Number 3, the fans. As I've alluded to before, the show was so much Elliot Stabler that without him being there, a lot of fans have just lost interest in the show. For a number of purposes, the lowest season with Elliot on it was season 11, which kind of signifies the show is kind of on a downhill trajectory anyway. But that was 8.81 million viewers. The highest season without Stabler is 15 at 8.18. Fans love Christopher Meloni, so it's time he comes back for his fans. Number 4 would be the money. The general reason discussed for him not returning to the show is the cash. But since leaving in 2011, Mr. Meloni has not starred in any huge blockbuster movies, really. Or really any huge TV shows, aside from 5 episodes of True Blood, the movie 42, and Man of Steel, and those are his biggest credits. And really, in none of those is he a main character. Maybe he wants it that way, but I figure those movies in 5 episodes couldn't have paid as much as SVU would have for just a season. So, I mean, if it is all about the money, now would be a good time to come back and get more of it. Number 5, keep your name out there. This is straight public interest 101. I am not a celebrity, so far from that. So I am by no means an expert. But when most of your fans know you for one role, pretty much, aside from, I want to say the name of the show was Oz, SVU is like the big thing Christopher Meloni is known for. So there's no harm going back to it a few years later. I mean, fans aren't going to hate you for taking some time off, especially if you do return. So, I mean, it'll help your future endeavors have more eyes on them. So, that's just my thought. Number 6 might be a little more depressing for some people, but let's get realistic. In April, he will be 54 years old. SVU has been a very physical show for Detective Elliot Stabler throughout the years. So when he's 57 and higher, really, will he even have the option to come back? It's just a thought. Number 7 is your ex-coworkers. You had Ice-T, Richard Belzer, Mariska, I have no idea how to pronounce her name really, but Dan Florrick, Wong, Tuna. These people spent around a decade with you. I mean, each of these people, Ice-T started on season 2, but I want to say even Toonie was on the earlier episodes too. So each of these people have spent a lot of time with you. They are, in essence, part of your family. And, it would be nice to kind of have the family reunite. My 8th reason is to give the Elliot Stabler character a good death. His absence on screen seems really sudden, that you kind of have to remind yourself sometimes why he's gone. For those who don't know, it was the finale of season 12, and Elliot shoots somebody to defend the entire precinct. And at the beginning of season 13, Olivia just says that Elliot could return, basically, if he jumps through some hoops. And she says, basically, to that, Elliot never would. And I see why they thought this was a good way to write him off, but it kind of wasn't. Because technically, we don't even need to see him as a cop. If he could just make a cameo on an episode or two. It's just a thought. And he could come back and give his character a good, ending. Because really, we see him shoot somebody, you zoom in on his face like, oh God, did I just do that? And then he's gone. We know his mother was like bipolar. I don't remember what happened to his father, but you figure, does he end up like his mother? Maybe he gets killed in action. Maybe his family moves to somewhere quiet so he can spend more time with them. Because doesn't he have a child in like season 10? Maybe it's 11. So, all of these things are respectable. But coming back for an episode or two wouldn't be that bad. And it would be a lot better than what we kind of got as fans. Which was one episode we have Elliot Stabler, the next episode we don't. Number 9 is pretty simple, and that's to stay in shape. SVU featured a lot of running and sit-ups and stuff like that. Christopher Meloni just had to be in good shape for the show. Combine this with other reasons on the list, and you have a really simple win-win for Christopher Meloni. Number 10 is Pino. He be no help at all. I don't say that to insult the actor, and I guess I did because I said Pino, or Pino, however you pronounce his name. But I am far from an actor, so maybe he does a great job acting. I know I don't. But a lot of his character comes off as Elliot Stabler light. Like they wanted to continue having Elliot, but they couldn't. And so they made a new character who was kind of Elliot, but kind of not. That's how I always took it. He seems more like a sidekick, in other words. Like, if the characters from SVU were superheroes, Elliot would be like Superman, Olivia would be Batman, and Pino would be Robin. It's not a bad thing. It's just how I feel about the situation. He just does not measure up. Number 11 is to win an award. According to Wikipedia, Christopher Meloni has never won an award for his portrayal of the great Stabler character. He was nominated for 1 Emmy, just 1. He was nominated for 2 Prism Awards, and he lost all 3 times. So why not come back and win an award? And finally, we have the show itself. The show is just not the same without Christopher Meloni on it. It needs Meloni because Meloni was quite a huge chunk of the show, and a lot of the reason people watched, really. Aside from a few outliers, seasons 13 through 15 have been snorefests for me, and hopefully the show will improve. So, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, like the video. Well, it would be way over here, wouldn't it? It would be somewhere down there. But, far more importantly, share this video, so hopefully we can get this in front of Christopher Meloni's eyes. And so he can watch this video and see fans do appreciate him, and we want him to come back. Don't forget to leave a comment, maybe with your favorite Christopher Meloni moment. Doesn't have to be SVU, just in general. Or maybe some extra reasons why you should come back, things I forgot. So anyway, peace out, home skillets.